The topic for this video is zip pink diving boards at the bottom of the cycle, and it's very comparable with another video that I have with pink diving boards at the top of the cycle. And pink diving boards don't happen too often. They're basically at the bottom of the cycle. A zip pink is the lowest, and we know from our zip pink videos lowest and zip pink videos highest that whenever it's lowest and highest, the lowest will go up and the highest will come down. Those particular indicators are tied to your trends a little more than others might be. So there are what appear to be exceptions, but this in this video we're going to be talking about the pink diving boards at the bottom of the cycle, and I'll make a couple comparisons to the top as well. But on the chart here today, excuse me, today is January 20th, 2016, and yesterday we had a pink diving board right here in PPG. So that was on the 19th of January. Excuse me again. And you can see that the red indicator line is on the left side of the pink diving board. I'm going to move that over on top of it. So this would be the alert day, the day in which the pink diving board appears, and you would trade that thing the following morning. And you can see that it opens at 90.45. It goes down to $90.02, and then it goes back up to 94.69. So it went up about $4.65 on that day, which is a very nice trade if you catch the diving board. This one here, the green vertical line, is shows us another example, and it is I'm going to move the to the right of the vertical line is the pink diving board, and I'm going to move that green vertical line onto top of the pink diving board right now. And one thing that we see is the next 2 days are green candles, and one thing I'll have you take note of as well is the power red. If you haven't seen some of the power red videos, you need to do that because whenever the power red crosses over the zero line, you usually get a gap. And in this case here, we have the same thing. We have a nice gap between these two green candles to the right of the green vertical line. And just for your reference, I took this red line, this red vertical line over here, and on this day right here, we obviously, the pink and green are going down, and we have our three nice red candles with 2 gapping days. But on this day right here on the vertical, this is the last day that the power red is above zero. It gaps down to that doji candle. The power red is at 2.45, and it gaps down, and it's up at minus 108. And then, of course, it gaps down 2 or 3 times farther than that the next day. Obviously, the point I'm trying to make are these gaps, and I've got one other, or I've got a couple more here. I'm going to point out this here, your red. On your red vertical line right there, before this huge gap, your power red was 1.37, and after the gap it was minus 5.5. So when it crosses, when the red crosses the zero line, it affects the it oftentimes gaps. Even if you take it over here and look at this one, there's it's above the power reds at 2.3 right now. It gaps down and it goes to minus 0.61, and so that close on this day right here with that green doji candle, it closed at 49.37. And it opened the following morning at 48.91, which is not a whole lot, and then it goes down to a low of 47.94. But it still does gap, and more often than not, it gaps. Another one that we had, this here video I showed as a part of the diving boards at the top of the cycle. And this one here was the same way. This is UA as the symbol, and we are in November of 2015 here. And the power red is at 1.93, and this would normally gap down if it went under 0, but the next day it goes down to 0.22. And it also, there's some resistance and support issues involved here, because you got 4 green candles that banged up against the 20 moving average line, never made it over the top. The exchange gapped it a little higher and then it came down, but look at the nice gap you have the next day. And this is why you would stay in a trade, because you look at the power red and you see that it's going down, and you've got the Zip Zion in your highest mode, and you know from Zip Zion that it's going to go down the next day. So, and you have your power pink and blue that were on a peak, and they're now going down. So there's just a lot of things that are telling you that the next day it's going to go down, and you'd want to stay in the trade because you're going to cross over that 0 line, which would mean a gap. So going back to this one right here, this one is maybe a little bit deceiving, but it's 100 and this close on this day of the green vertical line, it closed at 136.99, so almost 137. The next day it opened at 139.67 and it went down to a low of 136.06. And then between these 2 green candles, on this vertical line day and the next day, if you look down here, your power red crosses over 0 line. Here, I stand corrected. What has happened is the power red has gone up over the 0 line to 0.19. Oftentimes that can happen, and then the following day is your big move. And so that is the case here. This on the vertical green line, it opened at, as if, you know, because you saw the diving board on the red candle. This is the day that you saw it. The following morning you would buy it, so it's logical to compare. And if you just bought the open at 139 instead of the low at 136, you would then look comparing it the following day. This vertical line here closes at 152. So 139 to 152 is $13. And so there, a significant part of that was that gap on the crossover. It doesn't happen every time, but you need to watch the power red crossover 0 line. And when the red is above the 0 line, you're theoretically in an uptrend, obviously based on the angles that the lines are going. And when it's under 0, it's theoretically in a downtrend. But powerful information with very sensitive indicators that will show you which direction things are going. I mean, when you put everything together, there are some just simply some just fantastic opportunities to maximize your profits trading stocks. I am just amazed at how this system has evolved since we started in 2007. And or I guess we started the company in 2011. I started trading in 2007 and kept losing money. And I had to figure out what was wrong with what I was doing. And I finally put it together. It's a fantastic system. Enjoy trading. I repeatedly say it again and again, but if you don't enjoy it, I don't think you should be in it, because I just have a blast.